December 6, 1997, in Kherson, Ukraine. Kherson is a small poor town in southern Ukraine, and there I stayed in an orphanage for the first 2.5 years of my life. And I became very familiar with the routine of class time, outdoor time, playtime, and bedtime. I could even speak fluent Ukrainian. But God's plans are so much bigger and more complex than we could ever imagine. Just look, here I am standing in front of you, not speaking Ukrainian. Instead of keeping me where I was, God had plans for me to be adopted. He even had my family perfectly chosen out. My family would be the Kent family, who had just moved to Virginia and already had 5 children. When my mom, my brother, and dad came to Ukraine, they didn't know who I was, or who the other little boy that would become my brother was either. But they prayed, and God gave Jacob and me. From all the stories of this time, I have concluded my adoption process was a pretty difficult one, between all of the paperwork, travel, uncertainty, and medical issues, but one that I am so glad happened. By medical issues, I mean that when I was born prematurely, and because of this, my eyes were not completely formed. But when I came to America, I received eye surgery. One of my favorite stories of this time is while I was still in Ukraine, and Mom had come to visit for the day, and she brought me a bunch of dresses to try on me. Now, I had apparently been told by my caretakers in the orphanage that someday a mommy and a daddy would come, and they would bring with them dresses and bows, and that this would mean that they would be my mommy and daddy. There's also a story that goes behind the little girls wearing the bows over there, and that is that the bigger the bow, the more the little girl wearing it is loved. As for whether or not this is true, I don't really know, or by what size scale the bows are weighed by, but I do know that I was loved, and still am. Anyway, Mom was trying the dress on me, and I suddenly turned around, hugged her, and said, "Moi mama," which means my mama. At that moment, I got it. This was my mom, and I would have a dad too, and I was told that I had 5 siblings waiting at home for me. This speech by no means sums up all the joy, awe, and gratitude that is in my heart. God's name is written all over this story and the story of my life. There is no other explanation. God continues to work in me and is shaping me according to his purposes. And I am so glad of this because I know that he knows